Hello everyone and welcome back to my tutorial. Today we're gonna create something interesting. It's really interesting. We will use the Rhino.Inside. As you can see here on the right side on the top of my screen, you can see here the Rhino.Inside. So we will use the Rhino.Inside for this such a Soviet Union building, so we will make it much interesting. So we will create, for example, the maybe interesting roof. Will be just an example, so it's not will be final design work. I just will show you how the Rhino.Inside working perfectly with the Revit, and I think if you will like it, and the next tutorials and after next tutorials, I will create some series about the Rhino.Inside. So I think enough the talking. I will show what the Rhino.Inside can do with the Revit. Let's get started. So here we are, and let's use our Rhino. I not will explain how to install the Rhino.Inside, so I will just say you need license Rhino 7, and only after that you can get Rhino.Inside. Without that it's not will be working, because Rhino.Inside is updating always, and if you don't have an existing version of the Rhino 7, it's impossible to use it. Maybe you will find something, but I don't think so. Okay, so here the Rhino.Inside, let me will first use the grasshopper. Let's use the grasshopper. Here is the grasshopper. We will use for today a lot of the different windows, so it will be switching, just be careful with that. And first, not what we will create, we need the edges. I will just write the edge, and you will see the another type of the icon, and as you can see from the description, contains a collection of the Revit edges. So this is exactly Revit edges. I'll right click of that and let's set multiply edges. As you can see, the grasshopper automatically switching to the Revit, not grasshopper to the Revit. I mean, not Rhino to the Revit. I will select one edges and I will select another type edges. Okay, so today it's not a tutorial how to create really a parametric thing. I will just show you how it's perfectly working with the Revit. So let's finish it, and now I will convert my edges to the curves. I will just write the curve. I will write the curve, and as you can see, the curve it's already from the Rhino. I will connect it. How I understand from the Rhino. Now we will switch to the Rhino. I maximized my 3D view, and as you can see, here's two lines which came from the Rhino, from the Revit. And now I will right click on my curve and let's bake it. I will bake it, and as you can see, I can now select it in Rhino, these two lines. Now we will work a bit in Rhino, it will be much faster. I will just connect one line to the another line, enter, and I will connect here this also the lines. Okay, and I will create few more lines. It's just like supporting lines. You will see why, because we will use the node calling the Loft. So I already. Now I will select it you can select one by one, just hold the shift key and left click on the mouse, and let's rebuild it. Rebuild here. Okay, let's say enter, and after that we need the point on. Let me use the point on, and as you can see we have the point on the middle side of our curve. So after that I will switch back to the Rhino, the grasshopper, double left click, and let's use the curve, because we want to select our curves. To see result, let me straight away use the Loft. Loft is here. I will connect my curve to the Loft, and now I will select my curves. Just right click on the curve, set multiply curve, and I prefer select it one by one without the shift key, because sometimes it's making the really terrible things. Okay, I did it. Right click, and as you can see we get something like a surface. Actually this is surface. Now you can easily select one node and, for example, one point and change distance of that, and on the middle I will make it much bigger, like that. Here is the result. As you can see, how to rotate. I always forgot how to rotate. We can make it like that, we can change the position, you can do whatever you want. But okay, we just playing in Rhino, in Rhino with this shape. But what's going on in Revit? We'll switch to the Revit. And oh my god, okay, I will hide it, and as you can see, here is the Revit, and this is our future form. Yeah, maybe this one we should a bit change. As you can see, it's connecting with our wall, so we can easily go back to the, for example, to the Rhino, and let's see what's going on here. We'll do it like this, and let's change it. And as you can see, it's immediately changing. Okay, well, a bit like that, and maybe a bit higher, and we get something like that. So, and we get problem here. So yeah, it's already design time, so you can spend a lot of the time to create something interesting if you want. So it's already on your side, so it's up to you. Do whatever you want. But anyway, we already get something like a shape for our future building. So yeah, we achieved the result. As you can see, we cover everything, and now we want to create some geometry and some much interesting part. The simplest thing, we can create the panels, and we will create it right now. This is much simplest thing what we can do. So now we are switching back to the Rhino and Grasshopper. Rhino just showing the result, Grasshopper where we will be work. I will do it like that to better show you what's going on, and I will hide a bit the properties. Yeah, like this. Okay, so we need 𝒕𝒊𝒌𝒆 right now, our shape. Let's use 𝒕𝒊𝒌𝒆. So it's here. Let's connect our loft to the 𝒕𝒊𝒌𝒆. I will hide everything one by one to see what's going on the next. And after 𝒕𝒊𝒌𝒆, we need one node from the launch box. So you should install it. It's not going with the Rhino and Grasshopper, I mean. So you need to install it. After that, you need to close Revit and open it again. And only after that, you will get the launch box. So be careful with that. We need triangular panels type B. Actually, it's a short name. Let's connect it. We get something like that, but we have here the UV map. So to UV map, like we can use, for example, 15 slider. Let's connect to the U. It will be 15, and I can copy it and connect with the U. Here we can make like 12, as much as you want. As you can see, we can manipulate with that easily. Let me create something a bit crazy thing, maybe like that, and hit here with 23, maybe like that. Don't play with a lot of the dates, I mean. Okay, this is pretty enough. I think it looks not bad. We will leave like it is. So let's make this geometry now with volume, because now it's without any volume. We need the frame. Let's use the frame, panel frame. Let's connect our panels to the panels. Yeah, it will be now a bit slowly. We don't need to see the trip now. Let's unpreview it, and we wanna get the scale factor. I will use 0.5. I think it will be enough. I will connect it to the scale factor. And it is like 0.5. will change it. And as you can see, the panels, changing. Maybe it's 0.7. Maybe it's 0.8. Yeah, 0.8 will be okay. 0.9 even better. So leave it 0.9. This is what I want. After that, I wanna divide my frame and panel by two different geometry. Just let's use the geometry. We need two of them. Again, I will hide my frame, unpreview it, and let's connect geometry and panel. Why we divide it? Because now here is, as you can see, it's our frame, and here is our geometry of our panel glass. We can easily after that change, for example, the colors or thickness of that. So, and what we will do now with the frame, we will change the thickness of that. For that one, we need extrusion. Let's use the extrusion. EXTR, sorry. And we need just extrude. Let's connect our geometry to the 𝒕𝒊𝒌𝒆, to the geometry, and here, as you can see, we have the distance. So we need negative distance. I will use the negative distance. I will connect it. After that, we need N. Let me go to the unit Z. So this is unit Z. and let's connect unit Z to the X. Now it's not going, it's not changing anything. We should wait because it's a bit going too slowly right now, and we will create like 40 millimeter. And let's connect it. Yeah, it takes time. Let's connect it immediately here. Now we have the thickness of our frame. I will show you. It's a bit slowly going, but we will, yeah, as you can see, we have the now thickness of that. Okay, perfect. For the glass, it's already up to you. You can, for example, create some thickness for the glass or not. It's already up to you. I will create it. Let's use the extrusion again. XTR, extrusion. And we will create the same thickness. Why not? Let's connect geometry here. And let's connect our negative data distance with the distance here, like this. Okay, we did it. So after that, we did it, and now we want to transfer this geometry to the Revit, like existing geometry. For that one, we need the Revit node here, geometry, D-shape. So it's here, and let's connect it. Here we have a lot of the settings like type, material, whatever. As you can see here is, for example, the material. I will use for that one straight away the material. Just right click, and as you can see, we can choose the material. Let's use aluminum or something like that. Do we have something like that? It's on the Russian, but it doesn't matter. I will use the aluminum for that one. It's here. Okay. If you are using the English template, of course you will have the English template. Just double click on the material, and it's automatically choose for this one the material, and after that we will connect our geometry to the geometry. That's it. I will connect it like that. It just take a while, a bit of the time. And here we are, we did it. So let's see the result. Let's go to the Revit, and as you can see here, we get something like geometry, but it's not finished. We should finish with our glass too. I'll go back to the grasshopper. We will do the same thing. So I need again just double click, geometry, D shape. It's here. Again, I will use the different material for that. Just as you can see, here's M. Right click on that, and let's use the glass for that. Where's our glass? It's somewhere here. I saw it. It's here. Double click on that. Just wait it. Okay, and now let's connect our geometry to geometry. Done. Now you can save your code if you want. Of course we want. Maybe we'll change it later on. I will just unname it. And let's close it. Let's go back to our Revit, and as you can see, here's the geometry. Here's our geometry. It's like generic model, but anyway, we get our geometry. So we can, of course, close the Rhino, because or we can just off our geometry here like this, and now we can see geometry in Revit. As you can see, it's not much better looking right now. This is a Soviet style building and still Soviet style building, but anyway, we can work easily with Rhino, Grasshopper, and our building, and we can change it. So it doesn't mean if you finish work with that. Why I'm saying that? Because I can easily go to the Rhino. Even not the Grasshopper. I can go to the Rhino here, and do you remember our points here? We can change it. For example, I will a bit extrude all. Yeah, I will do some crazy things like that. So it will take time, but now it will be changed immediately. It's loading, as you can see. I will speed up the time. I want to show you what's going on, actually. So we finished. Yeah, it's much bigger this part than that one. You can see it. So as you can see, yeah, it's working, and you can easily create any shape, and you don't need thinking like how you can do it in Revit with adaptive families, because actually this is already generic family and generic models, and it's kind of this shape it's also creating by generic models. Why not? Okay guys, if you're interested in these tutorials and if you wanna more Rhino.Inside and Revit, how it's working together, what you can do with that, just share this video, comment and like it. It will be much best thing what you can do for me. Thank you guys for watching and see you next time.